Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world, and welcome to Double Deuce 22 of Bald Don't Lie. I'm
The
your
Taylor
host,
episode.
Jared. Yes, I'm your host, Jared, with my lovely and very radiant host tonight, Mr. Dalton Starkey. Starkey, how are you
What's up,
feeling
everyone?
knowing that right now, when we record this show, we are 48 hours away from the 2022 draft? How ironic is that? 22 episode, we're a Grizzlies primarily podcast, and it's year 22, we're 22 episode on the draft night. I think it's kind of ironic if you think about it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome if you ask me. If I'm being totally honest.
So
I'm
tonight's
excited,
show.
though.
Go ahead. Oh, you are?
I'm excited.
I am petrified.
Nervous.
I'm more nervous this year than I was last year.
And we were both pretty on the fence about last year.
Oh, yes.
I remember we were.
It was Moody or bust. Once we made
100%.
Because remember that Tuesday going into last year was that Tuesday night going into last year. We made a trade that was the JV trade for Adams and 17, or Adams and 10 for JV and the 17th pick. I am very nervous. I know we're trading up.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's jump into it real fast. Tonight we're going to do a couple NFL. We're going to actually do one NFL thing. But first, we got to hear from our sponsor of the NFL. Starkey, would you say your vehicle is dirty?
100%. Yes, absolutely.
I can tell you firsthand. Use my man John Pope and his wife. They will make sure your truck gets clean, or your vehicle, at DeSoto Cleaners LLC. I promise you, they'll meet you on site. They'll meet you wherever you are, at your work, at your house, at church, wherever. They will come meet you, clean your vehicle. They do a dang good job. My wife's car still has that new car smell, and it's been almost a month. I'm telling you, give my man John Pope, find him on Facebook, or find DeSoto Cleaners LLC on Facebook. Give him a message. I promise you, they'll do a great job, and at a very reasonable cost.
Hey, I'm here for
Starkey, I kind of have something a little dark. I want us to go ahead and just get it out there with the NFL.
All right.
So I don't know if you saw, but Deshaun Watson had 20 of his 24 sexual assault cases dropped today. Or
settled, yes.
Settled, which basically means they dropped it.
Yep.
Why do you think he got the Browns paid in the bag?
I don't know.
He had to settle up some lawsuits. He literally went to Cleveland and said, "Hey, I'll play for y'all. But tell you what, you got to make me the second highest paid quarterback in NFL history, because they got to pay off a couple lawsuits." Here's the thing, Dalton. How much money would you say you could make it off? I mean,
in my lifetime?
How much money would you could say you live a happy life with the rest of your life?
Oh,
I mean,
give me.
Me's $2 million.
Yeah, we're pretty minimal. I'd say between 2 and 5, easy.
If I'm one of those girls and Deshaun said, "Hey, here's $2 million." Now the other 4 girls, I love it. They're probably honestly either they want to see him rot in prison, or never play down the NFL, or they're just holding out for the bag even more. They saw what he signed for. How much was it? It's like a 235.
4 years, 230 mil guaranteed, fully guaranteed.
Oh yeah, they saw him get the bag and they said,
"We wanted to."
I should have been wearing my Johnny Manziel jersey tonight instead of my James Posey jersey. But so from there, let's move on to the draft. Okay.
Yep, let's do it.
We had here from our final ad read tonight: porch to patio home inspection. Dalton, it's getting hot.
Getting.
It's
been hot out here.
Well, it's continuing to stay hot. So if I'm going to buy a house or sell a house, I want to make sure my air conditioner works.
Yeah.
Granted, Mitch isn't a licensed air conditioning guy, but he'll make sure he can do the best job and see if your AC unit works. Folks, you've heard us say it for 20 episodes now since Mitch has been a sponsor of Bold Don't Lie. Use Porch to Patio Home Inspections if you're buying or selling a house. He will make sure your house is up to par before you sign the dotted line to sell or sign the dotted line to buy. I promise you, he will help you get the best deal from a house and make sure you don't get screwed with interest rates at an all-time high in the housing market.
Yeah, 100%. Use our man Mitch, y'all.
Yes, I've been saying it for 20 weeks now. So tonight we're going to do an NBA mock draft. Before we had a couple of NBA news, and I kind of want to give just kind of a preamp on this draft.
Okay.
So Rudy Gobert is in the trade market. Did you know that? Yeah, I mean, you
I
kind
did
of
know
did.
that.
One team I've seen as a possible landing spot is, don't rule them out, Toronto.
See, I wouldn't be mad about that. I think that's a sneaky good fit for him.
It is. Remember, they're already a lanky team as it is. Remember, no one on their team. What did I say in the first round of the playoffs against Toronto? What was their average height? Do you remember? They're the tallest guy on the team.
It was 6'8"?
6'9". Precious Achua at 6'9" was the tallest guy on the team at 6'9". You had a 7-footer with one of the biggest wingspans in the NBA, along with a team that's already got the most ridiculous wingspan in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Good luck scoring on that team tonight. Granted, they won't be putting up many points with Rudy Gobert, but hey, good luck driving on that team.
Yeah, 100%.
And another one. I've been reading a lot. The Knicks may be getting their starting point guard, so we don't have to worry about Tyus going there. So
that would be nice.
There goes adding another Duke guy to the lineup. And this is literally a Tom Thibodeau player, Malcolm Brogdon. Because you got to think, here's the thing too, former Rookie of the Year. You know, since he's won Rookie of the Year, he's never played in more than 50 games in the NBA seasons. In his career.
Really?
Here.
I did not know that.
Injury bug has gotten him, but he's gotten the bag. And I respect that.
Yeah, Brogdon's one of those guys that seems to always get paid on his potential.
And when he's healthy, he's great.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So let's move on from possible trades, because I expect there to be a lot. I think this could be the record for most trades in NBA history.
Yeah,
I'm talking about this. I didn't look it up. Can you see if you can find out most trades on NBA draft night in 1 year? I haven't. I forgot to look it up today. But see if you can look. I think you got Rudy Gobert. You got Utah blowing up with Rudy Gobert. You got Malcolm Brogdon. You got the Kings literally saying, "Come get number 4. We don't want this," which I don't get it. You were literally handed a gift from God. God literally said, Sacramento, here you go. You've sucked enough. I'm going to help you, guide you to the promised land of the playoffs. Draft Jaden Ivey. He will help your team get better. Or draft Keegan Murray. He will help your team get better. You know what they're saying? Yeah, we don't want that. We want to play. We want to be a play-in team contender. What are you talking about?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Sacramento Kings organization might be the worst run organization in all of sports.
You ruined Buddy Hield's career.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say ruined, you wasted it. You wasted a Boogie at DeMarcus Cousins. You wasted Boogie. Tyrese Halliburton was the bright spot of the future. You had a great 1-2 combo. You said, yeah, we're going to trade you. His rookie year, and you traded him. So, yeah, they want to move, and now you got Atlanta saying, I still haven't figured out why, but Atlanta wants to trade John Collins, and I don't know why. That makes granted, he was hurt this year, but in my honest opinion, John Collins is he's not a top 10 big man, but he's a top 15 power forward in the league. He can guard the 4 and the 5. He's great from 3, and he can switch. And he gets rebounds. And what have we said is a big thing in the NBA if you're a big man? Rebound and set. He does all that. So I go and get it. You're one of the worst defensive teams behind Charlotte in the NBA. By the way, I meant to say this earlier. Did you see Atkinson backed out on getting
the Hornets job?
What was his first name? Kenny? Yeah, Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny Atkinson, yes. I read a rumor about that. If I can speak about it just a second.
Real fast. So John Collins' career numbers are 16.5 points, 8.3 rebounds, averages a block a game, which granted he's only 6'9", though. And he's shooting 37 from 3 and 55% from the field. You want to trade that? Why?
Why? That makes no sense.
Granted, he did sign he just signed a contract extension with him last year. Or in August, I'm sorry. August. He signed a 5-year. Man, he's making more money than Jared. Collins is making 6 years, 120. He's making a lot. He's making more money than Jared. Jesus.
Wow.
6 years, $125 million. You go, buddy. Let's go, little rock star. Anyway, what were you saying about Kenny Atkinson?
So I read a rumor the other day, and I want to get your take on this. That Kenny Atkinson turned down the Hornets job because behind the scenes, Steve Kerr said, "Give me a couple more years. The team is yours."
I believe that you have to have been told you were the next coach and waiting for the Golden State job.
Yeah, 100%.
And heck, even when Steph, Clay, and Draymond Draymond's probably going to be the first one to hang it up. But when that core 3 does decide to either go their separate ways, retire, or anything, or you move on from them, you got a bright freaking future there. Kuminga, Moody, Poole, and Wiseman if he ever gets on the court.
Yeah.
You have granted. Kerr, you don't really know. Kerr's the oddball. No one ever knows what Steve Kerr is going to do.
Yeah.
He's pretty weird. Like he won't wear a mask in Memphis, but he'll wear a mask in California when there's no mask law. I don't understand that guy. He's a weird guy. I don't like him ever since he called us thugs. Oh, how about that? On the parade after that night, a bunch of players went to a club. You know what song they started playing?
What that trick?
I mean, it's like they're trying to piss us off.
Rent free, bro.
Yeah, rent free, bro. My mom. I was talking to my mom last night, and we were talking. She's like, "Yeah, who is?" She said, "Did you see Jaws?" Which I was just so happy she said this to me. She said, "Did you see Jaws Twitter war with?" Sorry, I dropped my pen and paper there. She said, "Did you see Jaws Twitter war with Draymond Green?" I was like, "Thank you, Mom. Thank you." But I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Gee," she said, "What's going on there?" I was like, "Draymond runs his mouth and Ja likes to run." Mom's like, "He needs to stop. He technically didn't win the argument." She goes, "They won the championship." I was like, "Well, you're not wrong, but Ja doesn't back down from anything." So I expect and Ja said, and the whole Christmas game thing, get us a Christmas. I don't care where we have to play. Get us a Christmas game this year. We have never had a Christmas game from Memphis history. Get us one. Please get us a Christmas game. I don't care.
It doesn't necessarily have to be against the Warriors, but I wouldn't mind if it was.
Oh, 100% it's going to be against Golden State after that Twitter war. Draymond says, y'all got to come there, and Ja's like, nah, y'all got to come to our house.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what, Harper, I know what we're doing on Christmas Day for your first Christmas. Harper, we're going to the FedEx Forum, baby. Merry Christmas to you, Harper.
Hey, let's roll.
The Christmas she'll never forget. Did you have any luck on finding how many most trades on NBA draft night?
I have scoured the depths
Yeah,
of the
I couldn't
internet.
find it either. But every year we've drafted since even since the Jared draft, we have made a trade every draft. BC, Bang,
Yes.
Clark or Tillman, Zaire, we trade every draft.
Yeah.
Well, granted, Bang and Bang and X were the same draft, but we trade up every draft for somebody. Santi was a trade up.
Yes, it was.
Every draft pick since Ja has been a trade up.
Yeah.
So they're going to. We're being linked to 4. We've said it again. I agree with it. You agree with it. I don't want Jaden Ivey.
I love him to death. Okay.
Oh, he's going to be a killer.
player.
He's going to be a good shooting guard in the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to kill in the NBA for sure. But we do not need 2 scoring, whether you put Jaden at the 1 or the 2, or just for the sake of this argument, let's say we draft him at 4, it becomes a backup point guard. I agree he's more suited at the 2. But let's just say you put him at the 1. We do not need 2 sometimes over athletic point guards that can't play defense.
Well, I wouldn't say over athletic. I would say point guards who aren't consistent shooters.
Yeah.
And granted, Chris Vernon said it the best. You would have one of the freakiest teams, athletic teams in the NBA. Jaren, Zaire, Brandon, Ivy, and Ja. That would be one of the freakiest athletic teams in the NBA.
Yeah. 100%.
So there's going to be a lot of trade-ups. I think there's going to be at least 5 trades. I think 3 players will be traded. I think 3 teams. I'm including Memphis. Tonight in my mock draft, I have Memphis making a trade up in the draft.
Okay.
Right now, I thought about it right before the show. And we were doing our pre-workup. I thought about making a trade, switching it up, and having the Grizzlies trade Atlanta for John Collins and the 16th pick, and us drafting Josh Minott. The reason why, that's that 15 to 30 range, all you're doing is taking a risk, right? Here's the thing. Memphis has been shown the past couple of years you have been one of the best developing franchises. Outside of Miami, you have proven you are a great building, like you're great at what is it? Developing player, sorry. You've proven you're great at developing.
Yeah.
And I'm Memphis taking flyer on this guy. Yanni I'm not saying he's the next Giannis. Remember, the next Giannis was Bruno Calapolo. Remember, we had him and he sucked. But I think Minot could be one of those best. Take a risk on him and see what happens. I know you're loving that right now, but I ended up not doing it. Anyway, Starkey, for the sake of this show, let's go ahead and get this going. This is the final version, 7.0. Granted, we've never really done a 1.0 through a 6.0, but you know what? This is Jared Cox. This is Bald Online Mock Draft 7.0. So, how's it going to go? I'm going to make a pick. Starkey's going to make a pick. We'll go from there and give you our reason why we are making that pick. Starkey, would you like to start us off?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay, Starkey, you are on the. Go ahead. To quote who? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. That was me.
Yeah, to quote the great Jim Halpert, absolutely, I do.
Starkey, on the clock with the number 1 pick. Who is the Orlando Magic taking?
Had the Orlando Magic taking Jabari Smith, power forward from the University of Auburn.
Great pick. Great pick there. Starkey, why do you have him going number 1 overall?
I think he's a difference maker. He is an absolute. He's just a great player. I mean, there's really not much that you can say about this guy that hasn't already been said.
Oh, 100%. Oh, I was shocked. No shocker there. As we said, I have Jabari Smith going number 1 to Orlando, just for the fact, like you said, he's a difference maker. Orlando is a dumpster fire right now.
Yes.
They hit
100%.
on Wagner last year, which was a great pickup. They meant I don't. The world is still out on Jalen Suggs. I'm sorry, Jalen Suggs.
Yeah,
the world. I think right now I was very high on him last year. I think he's a backup point guard or just an average point guard in the NBA. I don't think he's going to be what we thought he was going to be. Wagner's going to be good. Other than that, they don't got anything.
No.
So I'll lead us off with the second pick. Second pick with one of their many picks in upcoming drafts, the Oklahoma City Thunder draft. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be good. Chet Holmgren. I think people are just going to take him just because of the hype around his name, because he's 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan, and he can shoot the three ball. I think he's going to get destroyed in the NBA until he adds weight.
100%.
I think his frame is too small, and I think just because he kind of gives me a little bit of Hasheem the Beat stuff on defense.
Yeah.
That he's only good because he's so tall.
Yep.
I think he will get exploited. Granted, I think he's also too slow for the NBA. But granted, everyone thought Luka was too slow for the NBA. However, I don't think Chet makes a difference. He's going to be that good. I think he'll be a bust in the NBA. Granted, he's also 20 years old. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I heard that.
He got held back a year. To me, I kind of would take a flyer on the wall. I would take either Pablo or Jaden Ivey.
Okay.
Granted, you have Ivy and Giddy. That's not going to help your shooting much anyway, but I would take Pablo. But here, from what I've read, Oklahoma, he's only worked out for 2 teams, and he's only going to work out for 2 teams, Orlando and OKC.
Yeah, he knows he's not falling past OKC.
No, he's unfortunately. I think he will. I think he should because he's not the second best player in this draft. But who do you have going to?
I'm right there with you. I've got Holmgren going too.
I mean, I wasn't impressed with him in the Memphis game. Granted, he did dominate Duran a little. He blocked him here and there. Okay, you're 7'6". Well, you had a 7'6" wingspan. Cool.
Yeah.
What are you going to do against Jaren Jackson Jr. coming at you?
Right.
What are you going to do when 12's flying at you?
Just get out of the way.
I think he's going to get bullied and be a bust in the NBA. So, Starkey, number 3, Houston.
Number 3,
I kind of have a gut feeling we're in the same boat here, but who do you have at 3?
Yeah, I think the top 3 is pretty universal. Got the Rockets second, Paolo Banchero. Same
here. Honestly, I think he could make the run. I think it should go him at 2, but seeing if OKC does mess up and take Ivy, which they could take, or take Keegan Murray, if Pablo is their guy, they've 100% locked in on Pablo, so they must know something. Because here's the thing: Pablo had a private workout with Houston last week in Memphis that morning, right?
Yep.
That night they traded Christian Woods to Dallas.
Yep.
They are sold out for Pablo.
Yeah, they are.
Pablo, sorry. I don't want to keep calling him Pablo, but Paolo Banchero. I think he's going to be the most ready. I think he's the most ready NBA player in this draft.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's got to work on his defense a little. But I think offensively he's going to be really good, and he's got to get his shots up. 4, I think this is where the NBA draft is going to get very, very interesting. No one knows where this is going to go. Because you got Sacramento wanting to move back, but in my draft, I didn't have them moving. I had them staying at number 4. And I had Sacramento drafting Keegan Murray from Iowa. He's a 6'8", power forward, small power forward, shoots the 3-ball well, defends well, can guard the 2 through the 5 in some spot. He's a small ball, perfect for small ball center. And you have Sabonis down there at the 5, Murray at the 4. Holy cow! You got your back court locked down or front court locked down.
Yeah, 100%.
Barnes, Murray, and Sabonis. That's going to be a tough team right there defensively or offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
And one thing I was listening to is Jaden Ivey's only worked out for 2 teams in this top 4 or top 5.
Yep.
He has not worked out for the Kings. The Kings do not want the 4th pick,
and he's made it known. Ivey's made it known that he doesn't want to go to Sacramento.
He does not want to go to Sacramento. The Kings don't want that pick. Who do you have them taking, Starkey?
We must have the same intel because I too have them taking Keegan Murray.
Let's go! I love this. So far, we're 4 for 4.
Let's see if we're 5 for 5.
I'm literally just praying Memphis does not trade for Ivey. I will be very sad. Granted, I trust our front office. We haven't missed in 3-4 drafts now, so I'm still nervous. I don't want Ivey.
Your wife did make a good point, though.
When is the luck? Yeah, she did ask me, when is the Grizzlies' luck on drafting going to run out? And I said, Lord, I hope not this year. But watch our luck. Right now, we're actually competing for an NBA championship. We screw up in our draft picks and go back to the old Chris Wallace days.
Yep.
I think here, I don't know if we're going to go 5 for 5 here, but I have Jaden Ivey going to the Pistons.
As do I.
Oh, gosh, we're 5 for 5. Let's go, baby.
Not sure it stays that way, but
yes, I think at 6 we're going to go very far off. I hope so, because then people are going to accuse us of cheating and doing our draft together.
Draftgate, yeah.
But I think you go best player available here, and that locks down your backcourt of Cade Cunningham and Ivey.
Yep.
Both who I think can be good not without the ball in their hands, and they're both facilitators, and they both are great at finishing.
If that happens, that's a scary backcourt.
That is, and here's the thing too: you got to think they have one of the most. I think they have the most cap space in free agency, so a lot of people have them going after DeAndre Ayton.
Yep.
So just imagine. Well, granted, that's not going to make you. That may make you a play-in team, but it's not going to make you a legit playoff contender. But down the road, you could be scary. Get with Cade, Ivey, Grant, Ayton. That's a scary team right there.
Yeah.
6. I think this is where we will start going our separate ways.
All right.
Who do you have, Starkey?
At 6, I have the Indiana Pacers selecting Dyson Daniels.
Okay, thank God we're different. Starkey, why do you have Slow-Mo 2.0 going to the Pacers?
So the way I did this mock was kind of like I did my NFL mock a couple months ago. I tried to go best player available at a spot at a position of need for each team. The Pacers could use a point guard. And so at this position, arguably the best point guard available was Dyson Daniels.
What? He's more of a point forward. I see what you're making there. He's more of a point forward. I like that. That's actually a good pick there. I kind of have him outside. I know this is not trying to down your pick. I like it. I have him as my second bust in the NBA draft.
Yeah.
I have Chet number 1, and I have Dyson Daniels as my second bust in this draft. I don't have faith in him.
No.
Just because one of the big things on him is he doesn't have he's like Kyle Anderson, does not have a jump shot. Nope. And the thing with Kyle was selected so far back in the draft, there's really no pressure on a guy drafted 21, right?
No, there's not.
But being drafted in the top 6, there's a lot of pressure on him there. I like that pick, though. That would help a lot, and that would move Tyrese Halliburton to his true position at shooting guard.
Yep.
That's a good pick there. That's also a scary lineup, too. Very lengthy, because you got Tyrese, Dyson Daniels, and Buddy Hield, and Miles Turner. That's a good – and Malcolm Brogdon if they keep him, but I think they're going to get rid of – Malcolm's gone, like I said earlier in the show.
Yeah.
That's a good one there. I have them drafting Benedict McThurin. I kind of think the Grizzlies should maybe look at him, but
okay.
The thing with this guy is he's got a natural feel for the game. He has so much upside shooting the ball. He's 19 years old, 2 years at Arizona. He's got tons of upside. I think offensively that makes sense for you because what do you need in the NBA? Shooting.
Yep.
The Warriors have proven it. All you got to do is outshoot people, and you will win every ball game. So to me, that lineup of Tyrese, granted he would still have to run Tyrese at the 1 here, move McThurin to 2 or 3, and start Buddy. I'd give Buddy at the 2, McThurin at the 3, and Miles Turner if they keep him. That's still a great offensive lineup there. I think let's go to number 7. I think we may have the same pick here. Just throwing it out there. I'm guessing.
All right.
I have the Portland Trailblazers with the 7th pick, drafting Mr. Shaedon Sharpe.
Yep. As do I.
Oh my! We've literally only missed 1 pick today. We're literally 6 for 7 right now, Starchy. I promise we did not do this together.
No, we did not.
I have them drafting Shaedon Sharpe just on the potential of what he could be.
Yep.
A lot of people say this guy is.
We didn't think anything at Kentucky.
We know because he didn't want to. After his injury, he didn't want to hurt his draft stock. So you're taking a major risk here. If he can, all you've seen is his high school highlights and stuff.
Yep.
He could be one of the best shooters in this draft, scorers in this draft. No one knows. He's either got a ceiling of he's going to be the best guard in this draft, or he's going to be an average role player. I think it's going to be a great shot because you got Dame. I don't know if you're going to bring Anthony Simmons back. No one honestly knows what direction the Trailblazers are going to be in.
No.
They want to keep Dame, but they don't want to keep Dame. They want to still contend, but they don't want to. They don't know what they're doing. They're more bipolar than a teenage girl. Like honestly, do Dame right, rebuild, and you have your centerpiece right here to rebuild with.
Yep, agreed.
Number 8. Who do you have at 8?
Number 8, I've got the New Orleans Pelicans taking Mr. Jalen Duren, center out of Memphis.
Thank God, folks. We got that one wrong. Jesus, Duren at 8. I'm telling you what, it is going to be sad to see him go to New Orleans if this does happen.
Yes, it would.
Why do you have them taking him?
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that JV is on expiring this year.
He is, yes. He expires after this year.
And so they're going to need a 5 of the future. Let Jalen sit behind JV for a year, and then if and when JV gets traded or walks, you have your 5 built in right there.
That's a good pick. I like that. But my one thing is, the another thing too is you're waiting on Zion.
Yeah.
My thing is, what position is Zion? Honestly,
I still have Zion as a 4.
I have him as a 5 just because he can't shoot. Like he can't shoot consistently. And I think after this knee injury, he's going to lose a lot of his athleticism.
Yeah.
So my number 8 pick, I have a Duke player going to New Orleans. I have Mr. AJ Griffin.
Okay.
Reason why? They need a lot of help. Excuse me there, folks. Right now, you don't know what your future has without Zion. Brandon Ingram has shown flashes still of that one all-star team. He's one of the most deadly three-point shooters in the draft after coming off 45% for this college season. Granted, his points weren't there. And here's another thing. He's got a 7-foot wingspan.
Yep.
So you got Primo, JV, Ingram. You start AJ Griffin and maybe Zion this year? Holy cow. AJ Griffin can play the 3 or the 4. So honestly, you can literally run that lineup out there, and you still got Josh Hart coming off the bench.
Yeah,
that is a good lineup there. If this happens, I think it should because it gives you more shooting And if you do start Zion and JV, that's going to spread the court out even more where it's not clogged. Because we've seen it here in Memphis. You need shooting to spread the court terribly. Let's move on to number 9. Who do you have the San Antonio Spurs drafting?
So at 9, I've got the Spurs taking Mr. Johnny Davis, shooting guard out of Wisconsin.
Ooh, Mr. Taco Bell. Yeah, sorry, he's in a Taco Bell commercial already. No one else. Literally, no one else in the NBA draft has a commercial, but Johnny Davis, of all people, has got a Taco Bell commercial. Why do you have them taking a point guard when they got DeJounte Murray?
See, what I have, the site that I'm using has Davis transitioned to the 2.
Really?
Yeah, this doesn't list as a
Yeah,
shooting guard.
he could be 2. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
you can make the argument he's a combo guard, really.
Oh yeah, 100%. But yeah, I've got Johnny Davis transitioning to the 2 in San Antonio.
That's actually a good pick there. I like that. I, however, have the San Antonio Spurs. Like I said him earlier, I have the Spurs drafting Kyle Anderson 2.0. Dyson Daniels.
Yep.
Pop loved Dyson. I mean, not Dyson. He loved Kyle Anderson coming out of UCLA. Here's your chance, Pop. Get your guy. Younger one honestly has a better chance of becoming a better shooter than Kyle ever did.
Yep.
And the only issue is, like I said, the only red flag is he's not a consistent shooter, but he's a great point forward. So that's mine. I do like your Johnny Davis pick a lot, though. That is a good pick there. It takes a lot of pressure off DeJounte Murray, and it gives the Spurs team what they desperately need. More shooting.
Yes, 100%.
Let's move on to the Washington Wizards. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and steal some thunder right here, Starkey. I have the Grizzlies making a trade.
Okay.
To the Washington Wizards. Granted, salary cap wise, I don't know if it works, but I have. Oh, my bad, guys. I'm so sorry. I thought Johnny Primo played for the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. I just looked it up. I was like thinking in the back of my head, Johnny Davis plays for the Pelicans. No, I'm sorry. He plays for the Spurs. I apologize here on Ball Don't Lie. We're still a little sleep deprived with a newborn in case you hear crying in the background. I apologize there, folks. I hope I can get forgiven. It was Herbert Jones is who I knew was an Alabama player. Starkey, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I am so sorry. Herbert Jones had a good year this year.
It's all good.
Gosh, folks, I'm so sorry. Anyway, back to the Wizards. I do have the Grizzlies making a pick in this draft, a trade.
Do tell.
I have the Grizzlies trading Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, Melt. Actually, no, we're going to keep Melt for now. And 22 and 29 for Kyle Kuzma. And the number 10 pick, because I am predicting Bradley Beal to leave in the offseason.
Okay.
And go to Miami, where he wants to desperately so go.
That should jumpstart the Wizards rebuild.
Oh, if I'm Bradley Beal, there's no way in God's green earth I'm staying in Washington. There's no freaking way. They have no pieces. Like, they have nobody that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Let's look at the Wizards roster right now. Sorry, folks, I know it's kind of getting us off topic there. But just looking at the roster right now, okay? Dang Javadi. He's from Israel. Sucks. Bradley Beal, suck. Bradley Beal, great. He's going to leave, though. Thomas Bryant, yeah. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, yeah. Vernon Carey, yeah. Daniel Gafford, Great role-playing big man off the bench, baby. Woo pig. Anthony Gill. Yeah. Ryu Hachimura. Low-key's kind of been a bust.
Yeah.
Corey Kispert, unfortunately for the culture, had a bad rookie year. Kuzma. Love him. Want him. Raul Nato. Not a great point guard. Kristaps Porzingis. Just sucks. Again, unless he's playing the Grizzlies, he sucks. Thomas Tortansky, backup point guard. Ish Smith, former Grizzly legend, and Todd Isaiah. If I'm Bradley Beal, it's your free agent, dude. You only have a small window left, buddy. You're 28 years old. Yeah. Granted, you're probably gonna get a 2 or 3 year contract, dude. Go get a ring, Brad. I love you. Go get a ring, man. Go get a ring. Memphis, make this trade. So I had the Grizzlies drafting, along with Kyle Kuzma drafting Jalen Duren.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Granted, so that would buy you time during Kyle Kuzma's thing. You literally can bring Zaire still off the bench. And here's the best thing. You get more shooting with Kyle Kuzma.
Yep.
And that gives you a stretch 4 in the starting lineup. You can bring Duren off the bench. Gives you so much scoring. This year, Kuzma shot averaged 17 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a game. Granted, his 3 was 34%, but still, hey, I'll take that. Grizzlies are desperately looking up to move. This gives you a 5 to put near Jared. Makes you a scary defensive lineup right there. Holy cow. Ja, Dane, Kuzma, Jaren, and Duren. If you start that, holy cow. You ain't scoring on us.
No.
So, Starkey, who do you... Sorry, my rant there's over.
You're good.
My fantasy's over. Who do you have the Wizards taking at number 10?
At 10, I've got the Wizards taking Benedict Mathurin.
Ooh, my boy. Man,
yep.
I really think that guy's going to have a good career. I think if he lands in the right spot, he's going to have a good career.
I agree.
He's a pure scorer. I wish the Grizzlies could get him. I don't kind of want to trade up for him, but I think he's going to have a good, long NBA career. Number 11, the Knicks. By the way, folks, the Knicks have the worst winning percentage in NBA history in the playoffs. Just throwing it out there. Who do you have the Knicks taking? Is it a Duke player, Starkey? Because remember, they're already so deep with Duke players.
I'm trying to think. I'm not entirely. I can't remember. But at 11, I have the Knicks taking Mr. Mark Williams.
It is a Duke player.
All right.
And the Duke legacy continues in New York. That does fill a big need they have up there. Granted, the Knicks are, I think, light years away from being contenders with R.J. Barrett. What's the other guy's name? R.J. Barrett. I can't think of his name right now. Gosh, dude, I'm sorry, folks. I'm blanking on names right now tonight. Usually I have this taken care of and locked in. Who is it, Starkey? You're supposed to know this more than I am.
Let's see.
Here we go. I got to pull it up. Here it is. Cam Reddish. Gosh, how can we forget? Gosh, that team is. So you're predicting them to lose Mitchell Robinson this offseason, and with that, that's an insurance policy with Mark Williams.
Yes.
That's actually a smart move. I mean, granted, I think Mitchell Robinson is going to. I honestly, I think he stays in New York just because they can offer him the most money, and where else is he going to go and become a starting center? Yeah,
right.
I like your pick though. That's a good pick though. Definitely a major upgrade over Mitchell Robinson though. I have the Knicks addressing their point guard need. I have them taking or point guard, 2 guard. I have them taking Johnny Davis.
Okay.
Gives you more shooting. You got Emmanuel Quickly, who's shown flashes at being a starting NBA point guard, along with Cam Reddish, who now I remember his name, and R.J. Barrett. Julius Randle, I think he's definitely not the answer from this. He's definitely not the savior of the New York franchise, unfortunately.
Right, 100%.
Let's move on to Oklahoma City with their second pick tonight, Starkey. Who do you have them taking?
Number 12, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder taking Mr. AJ Griffin.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say my guy. Why do you have them taking Griffin?
I don't know, just I don't know. It seemed like just a good fit, a good spot for him to be taken right there.
It definitely would fit some needs. He's a young guy, tons of potential. Shooting, I mean, like we said earlier, every team needs shooting. 45% from three. He definitely would help out with the lack of Giddey shooting. Would help take some of the relief off Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And who knows what Chet's going to do? It could be a crowded on the 3-point line.
Yeah,
with Chet standing out there. I actually have. So, granted, this is a pick that I was reading earlier today that the Thunder are looking at moving. I have them actually keeping this pick. So, Memphis, if you don't get the 10 pick or the 4 pick, hey, OKC wants this pick gone. They want more assets. I have them actually keeping this pick and taking a huge flyer on the wall, Uzame Dang from Australia. He's a combo forward, a 3-4 guy. He has tons of potential. He's got to get more of a fluid jump shot, I think. But hey, OKC's in rebuilding mode, and they're fine with that. So could be the next.
They don't care.
Major success here. Nobody. Let's move on to 13. Who do you have the Hornets taking?
13. I've got the Hornets taking Jeremy Sochan.
Ooh, that's a good pick there.
Power forward out of Baylor.
You know who he kind of reminds me of a little?
Who?
Brandon Clark at Gonzaga.
I could see that. And it's more than just his hair.
Well, yes. Well, he's super athletic.
Yeah.
High energy guy. Does not have a jump shot. Does not have a great jump shot. He's got a great floater, and he's going to give you all the energy on the floor. And with the worst defensive team in the NBA last year, holy cow. This is actually could help you tremendously there. I actually stick with that trend with my 13th pick. I have the Charlotte Hornets drafting your Duke guy, Mark Williams, to anchor that backbone. You have your center of the attention, LaMelo Ball. Hopefully you can bring back Miles Bridges, have that 1-2 punch scoring, and Gordon Hayward as well, and get Mark Williams there to anchor your defense, which has been atrocious the past 2 years. That's going to be a good lineup there. And plus, it gives you more height. I think he has one of the longest wingspans in this draft.
Yeah.
And with LaMelo Ball, your starting point guard at 6'7", you're going to be a very lengthy team. You just need to play defense. You don't have a head coach now, but gosh, I pray they don't get Mike D'Antonio. Because if you get Mike D'Antonio, even if you draft Mark Williams, you're still going to be the worst defensive team in the NBA. Let's move on to 14. Starkey, 14, who do you have the Cavs taking?
Ousmane Dieng.
Ousmane Dieng? Why do you have my boy Ousmane going? Is it? Oh, wait, let me guess. You're going to make the tallest team in the NBA even taller.
Yep, basically. I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
You're literally starting 4 guys. You're literally starting 4 guys who are gosh dang almost 7 foot tall.
It's got to work for him at some point.
I mean, yeah, because you're starting point guards 6 foot or 6'1" with Darius Garland. I'm trying to figure out how tall he is. Let me see.
Who, Garland?
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang, 6'10".
Oh, gosh, Starkey. Jesus. You got Darius Garland at 6'1", him, I guess you put him at your 2, 6'10", Laurie Marklin at your 3, Evan Mobley at your 4 at 6'10", and Jared Allen 7 foot at center.
Yep.
Yes, Starkey. Hey, you go, buddy. I love it. It's like you said, it's going to work for you eventually. I actually have Cleveland going small here, not 6'10", but about a good 6'6". I have him taking Ochai Agbaji. I think I butchered his last name. If I did, I'll leave you in charge of that. If I did, from Kansas, 3-and-D guy, 4-year starter at Kansas, 6'10" wingspan, literally the definition of 3-and-D. Every year at Kansas, he got better shooting the 3. Has a winning mentality. He was the Final Four most outstanding player. I think you take him here. Granted, he's not going to be your 6'10" guy like you wanted, Starkey, but he definitely helps you add more to your prowess at defense as it is and makes up for your small point guard.
Yep.
Charlotte has another pick in the first round. Who do you have them taking?
So I don't know. The fit isn't quite there, but this is probably the beginning of where this guy's range is. I actually have him taking Ty Washington.
Oh!
I think they could potentially, with the new coach, put Ty at the 1, move LaMelo to the 2.
That's actually good. Or honestly, I see what you're saying there, and do like a Ja Tyus thing. That's good.
Have them both on, yeah.
Granted, that's going to hurt you defensively because Ty's I think I read he's not the best defender, but offensively, that helps you a lot. And hey, you got 2 picks in the first round. If not, Melo goes down. You have your point guard.
Exactly.
And hey, what have we said in the NBA? It's never bad to have enough shooting. You can never have enough shooting in the NBA.
100%.
I love it. I actually have them taking a guy you already have go off the board, Jeremy Sochan.
Okay.
You had him going 13. I have him falling to 15 here. And remember, the last guy picked at this spot because of freak athleticism years ago was Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm not saying Jeremy Sochan is going to be the next Yanni, but just throwing it out there. Develop him. You're going to have a great energy guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the wingspan of Yanni, but you never know. He could have something good. Let's move on to the Atlanta Hawks at 16. We're almost done, folks.
So
who do you have the Hawks taking at 16?
At 16, I've got our man Gary Parrish's guy going to the Hawks, Mr. Malachi Branham.
Okay, that's actually a good pick there. Why do you have Malachi going there?
So, like we said, you can never have enough shooting. You put Malachi at the 2 beside Trey. I think that makes a good backcourt. I really do.
Well, I think honestly too that helps you defensively because you also got Trey's. If you thought Ja was bad at defense, Trey's even worse than Ja.
Yeah.
So I kind of have them taking a guy just kind of on defensive purposes. I have him, and he's been a high riser since the combine. Jalen, not my boy Jalen Williams from Arkansas. I have them taking Jalen Williams from Santa Clara.
The other Jalen.
It's because he could be the definition of a 3-and-D guy. He's 6'6", 6'7". He's got a 7'2" wingspan.
That's insane.
He's definitely going to make up for that lack of defense from Trae Young.
Yeah.
And gosh, they get rid of John Collins. They definitely need all the help they can get. Let's move on to, unfortunately, another team with freaking 30 picks in the first round. I rolled my eyes there for those listening to Spotify. Who do you have the Houston Rockets taking?
At 17, I got the Rockets taking Ochai Agbaji.
Where's he from?
The guy that you didn't pronounce his name a minute ago.
It's weird hearing his name called. I'm sorry, because I butchered it the first time, and you probably said it right. That actually would be a good fit. He honestly would probably be one of the older guys on the team behind Eric Gordon.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
the
with
bad
the
thing is,
sad
folks, he's a
win.
4-year player, and he'd probably be the third, fourth oldest guy on that team.
Yeah.
That does fit a good need for them. More shooting, more depth at the guard position and wing position.
Yep.
That's a good pick there. I actually have them taking a guy with kind of a high ceiling here, Tari Eason, a guy that's blown up draft boards, very explosive athlete, pretty consistent shooter from LSU. I think he would definitely help take some of the pressure off. And you got to think, granted, they already have a couple guys there right now, but you got Pablo and Tari. You have one of them come. You have Tari come off the bench after Pablo. That's a good 1-2 punch there.
Yep.
At 18, who do you have the Bulls taking?
Actually, at 18, I have the Bulls taking Tari Eason.
Okay. I'm glad we're sort of similar there. I think Tari Eason there, he's a great fit. He's got tons of athleticism, high motor guy. He's physical. He's a dog, and he's definitely going to help, I think, Houston or Chicago here. Because granted, no one knows what direction Chicago is going to be in next year.
Right.
They kind of supposedly made a run for it this year with what they considered a super team with Alonzo, Levine, DeMar, Nikolai Jovic. So, unfortunately, and Patrick Williams, and unfortunately, injury bug derailed the Bulls this year.
Yeah, it did.
I have the Bulls taking Mr. Malachi Branham from Ohio State here, just so he can help. Like you said earlier, he's a scorer, and he plays great defense. And you're going to need all the help you can get in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, he really will.
Because they're small. They're granted the Eastern Conference isn't good, but they can score and win. And NBA, you need guys who can make a couple stops in there and make some big shots for you. And you're not going to be asked to do that much as a rookie on that team with having DeMar on the team, Lonzo on the team, and Kobe White coming off the bench. You're literally say, "Hey man, go out there, make a couple buckets, play some great defense for us." I think that's a great fit for him. Who do you have at 19 going to the forsaken Minnesota Timberwolves?
So here we have our first true international player, Mr. Nikola Jovic.
Yes, I've been high on this guy.
You have.
That's a good pick there, Starkey. Oh my gosh, him and Cat? Holy cow. That is a good lineup there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great. My one issue with them is we've said it. I know you've said it before, and I've said it before. They play so much iso ball and like selfish basketball. I don't think old buddy's going to get any touches. Because Cat will say, "I'm going to take the ball." Then you got D'Angelo Russell saying, "I'm going to take the shots," and Ant's just being Ant. But that's a good pick there. That is a great ad. I've been seeing him in a lot of mock drafts go into them. I actually have them filling a point guard need there because Pat Bev is not the answer as a point guard.
Okay.
He's a solid guy. He's go in there, "Hey, Pat, just play defense." I actually have them drafting Ty Washington.
Okay.
Boy, the guy that I think you love more than Kennedy Chandler.
Depends on the day.
I have him just because he's a scorer. He's a great. He can run the offense there, and with the scoring, the guys I already have there as a rookie, he's not going to be asked too much, and I think it will help take them to that 5-6 threshold in the NBA in the Western Conference.
Yep.
San Antonio's next at 20. I have them taking a flyer here, Mr. Blake Wesley.
Okay. All right.
The Spurs have proven years over years they are one of the best developing teams in the NBA. Blake Wesley, 6'5", 6'11" wingspan. Guy can play great defense. He's a great finisher. He just can't shoot that well. His form is there. I think he's got a little hitch in his step early, I would say. So his form is not really all there, but I think San Antonio will take a risk on him and help develop him to start alongside Dyson Daniels, DeJounte Murray, and that San Antonio lineup.
All right.
Who do you have the Spurs taking?
The Spurs taking E.J. Liddell from Ohio State.
Okay, yes. Veteran guy. Can do it all. You kind of already know his ceiling.
Yeah.
I would say he's already peaked. But, hey, that's a great pick. Great fit, though. Spurs love veteran guys. At 21, I have the Denver Nuggets taking your boy, Kennedy Chandler.
Okay. All right.
To fit that need of point guard due to the fact Jamal Murray is coming back. Going to be after missing an entire year after an ACL injury. Just try to ease him back in there and kind of take some of the pressure off him. Who do you have? The the Denver Nuggets taking. My bad.
I too have them taking a point guard. Going to go a little bit different direction. A guy that we talked about off the air, Mr. Dalen Terry.
Okay, Dalen Terry, flying up draft boards.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that he could be in play at 22 or 29 to the Grizzlies, but I have him coming off the board to Denver for the same reasons you said.
I'm not really sold on Dalen Terry, but neither here nor there. Who do you have? The Grizzlies. Here we go, Starkey. Your first Memphis Grizzly pick. Who do you have us taking?
Mr. Jaden Hardy.
Let's go! If I had the I can't because we'll get copyrighted probably if I play it. But I already got copy. Yeah, and I played Taps that one episode. I got an email saying from YouTube if we play it again, we're get copyrighted. So,
oh yikes!
Yeah, I can't. So, yes, Jaden Hardy. I love this kid.
Probably your favorite player in the draft next to Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams and Josh Mina. Yes, he's up there. He's definitely my top three. Probably number one. Just because, granted, his numbers aren't there. Sorry, Starkey. His numbers are there. I love him. He's a scorer. And what can you never have enough of, Starkey?
Shooting.
Correct. He's a shooter, baby. Shooter's going to shoot. 23.
100%.
Who do you have? The Philadelphia Eagle. Not the Eagles, sorry. Who do you have the Philadelphia 76ers taking?
I have them taking Mr. Kennedy Chandler.
Ooh, that actually is a good pick. Who was their starting point guard last year? I know Harden kind of took over when he got there. Who was their starting point guard? Because that's actually a good pick there.
Let me see.
That actually really is that's honestly a really good fit for him, too, along with that Denver pick. Because he's not asked to do much. He'll get started in a minute.
Now, at the one, they have James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Shake Milton.
Oh, yeah, that's a great fit. He'll definitely be starting there. That's another good pick there. So let's move on to Milwaukee. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even say mine. I have them taking a veteran from Duke, Wendell Moore. Kind of a plug-and-play guy. Does have a high window as a 3-and-D guy. I think he's a good fit there. Take more shooting, more stress off, especially on the defensive side from Joel Embiid, and makes up for James Harden when he decides to play.
Mm-hmm.
At 24, who do you have Milwaukee taking?
I have probably one of your favorite players in the entire draft. The Bucks taking Mr. Walker Kessler.
Thank God. Thank the good Lord. If we get him, I'm going to blow. I've said it again. I'm going to blow my brains out if we take him.
I think putting him beside Giannis is a heck of a front court.
Oh, yeah, because Brooks Lopez he's kind of ended his career. He's slowly dying down on us.
Yeah.
I actually have them taking Mr. E.J. Little.
Okay.
The Bucks are still contenders as long as Giannis is there. He's literally a plug-and-play guy. He's ready to go. Throw him in there, he's good to go. Who do you have at 25?
At 25, I have Jalen Williams from Santa Clara.
Okay, good pick there. Very good fit there. 3-and-D guy, rising up the boards, and fits perfect in that system in San Antonio. I actually had them taking a flyer here. Jake LaRivie from Wake Forest. Great shooter. Is a great shooter. his one knack and why he's so bad falling is he does not play defense.
Right.
And if you're going to play in the NBA, especially under Pop, you're going to play defense to Greg Popovich.
Yeah, you better learn how to play defense.
At 26, going to the Houston Rockets, their final pick of the first round, I have them taking one of your favorite guys, Marjan Bouchet.
Okay. All right. I like
Literally the definition of a defensive Tony Allen.
Yep.
And honestly, an older player in this draft, too.
Yeah, he is.
21 years old. Who do you have the Rockets taking?
I have them taking your flyer, Mr. Jake or Rabia.
Oh, dude, they're going to be so international. Like, nothing but big men there.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That'd be a terrible. If they those all their guys hit, that is a scary lineup there.
Yeah.
Who do you have the Miami Heat taking at 27? Probably the best developmental team in the NBA.
At 27, could be a little bit of a reach, but Mr. David Roddy, power forward from Colorado State.
Oh, gosh. The definition of what people called the Grizzlies pick. 6'6", like 260. The one knack on him is why I didn't want him as a Grizzlies because I just don't know how he's going to do against like athletic people in the NBA.
Yeah.
But hey, you're literally going to the best place that can develop anybody.
Exactly.
So
have him for a year or two in the G League, let him develop, call him up when you need him.
So with that being said, I have them another developmental project right there. I have them taking Bryce McGowens.
Okay.
6'7", a 6'7" combo guard who is the first and only one and done from the University of Nebraska college basketball. He's their first ever one and done prospect. Top 5. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school out of South Carolina. I honestly just played on a crappy Nebraska team, and I think just tried to do too much. Here, I think was playing out. I think they just said, "Hey, just do whatever you want to." I think he plays in the system, plays in Miami. They develop him the right way. Going to be solid down the road. I hate to say this team's name, but who do you have? The freaking champions, Golden State Warriors. We didn't even talk about that, but I don't want to because it should have been our title this year, barring injuries. Yep. Who do you have? The Golden State Warriors taking, Starkey?
Had them taking another guard for their future, Mr. Blake Wesley.
Wow, that's a good pick there. Definitely would be a good fit there. 3-and-D guy. Honestly, not even a D guy, just a defensive guy because Gary Payton's contract's up now.
Yep.
And he probably will get the bag from some team, get a little bit more pay increase from some other team. So that's a good pick there.
Thank you, sir.
I have them taking, I think, a guy that would be a great fit there. Nikola Jovic.
Okay.
The Serbian sharpshooter.
Yep.
It pisses me off saying it because they'll just have even more shooting there and another young guy who is going to be great in the NBA. Let's move on to 29. Starkey, who is the Grizzlies' last pick here?
It broke my heart because my head and my heart were saying two different things.
What was your heart saying?
Oh, my heart was saying Minot all day.
Did you not go with Minot?
I did not go with Minot.
Starkey, you've been the biggest Minot fan since last November.
And I am still the biggest Minot fan. I don't think he will, but I'm praying, I'm hoping against hope that he falls to 47.
So who do you have as taking?
Mr. Wendell Moore Jr.
Ooh. That's not a bad pick. 3-and-D guy.
3-and-D guy.
That's basically a ceiling. And here's the thing. We need more shooters.
Yeah. And especially
could definitely help fill that void if we lose Dylan or make a trade Dylan.
What I was about to say, yeah.
Okay, so with your final pick in the night, who do you have the Denver, or not the final pick in the first round on mock draft. Who do you? Oh, I'm sorry. Mine, I have Terry. I have the Wizards drafting Terry from Arizona. Just because I think he's a fit there. They need more guard. If you're losing, hypothetically, you lose Bradley Beal, you need all the help you can get there.
Yeah.
With the final pick in the first round, I have the Denver Nuggets adding a sharpshooter, Christian Braun from Kansas, for the culture, baby.
All right. I've seen a lot of mocks today with Christian Braun in the first round. I have him slip into the second, but that would not be a bad pick.
Oh, 100% would not be. Who do you have? Who do you have the Nuggets taking with the last pick?
Mr. Kendall Brown, wing out of Baylor.
That's actually a good pick there. Honestly, all the Nuggets need is just Jamal Murray back.
Yeah.
Healthy, but folks, we have breaking news right now. I told Starkey I wasn't going to say it, but I looked down at the score. Arkansas, after getting demolished last night by the freaking Ole Miss Rebels, they were up 8-0 against Auburn. Just a little breaking news I wanted to throw out there. Sorry, my mom just texted me the score.
Hey, rematch tomorrow. Let's do it. Let's run it back.
Gosh, please don't talk. We have to win 3 games in a row to go to the World Series. Granted, State did it last year, but it's going to be very tough playing the hottest team in the NCAA baseball. Sorry. So that's your conclusion of the NBA first round mock draft. Expect a lot of trades. The Grizzlies, I know Starkey agrees with me here. We are not going to have 2 picks in the first round.
No.
They're going to trade. You don't want 2 4-year guaranteed contracts on the book. You at least want 1. You want 1 contract on the books for 4 years guaranteed. Right now, with you trying to make that playoff run, I don't think I said this on the show, but this is really our last year to make a playoff run, like a legit playoff run without worrying about luxury tax. I don't think I did say this.
I don't think you did.
So, remember the Broncos, 2013 Broncos. Not the Broncos, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They won the NFL title that year.
You
know why? Russell Wilson. They could literally pay everybody that defense. Offensive line. Because Russell Wilson was on a second-round contract. He was on a third-round contract. Second, third, fourth-round contract. Anyway, he was not on a big contract. Second, his contract came up. What do they do? Pay him, as you should pay a quarterback. Ja's going to get the bag.
Everyone.
Yes. What happened 3-4 years from after he got the bag? They could not pay their team anymore. So they had to let key players walk away. Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, key members of that offensive line walk away. And granted, Russell Wilson's done really good offensively, but they have not been contenders since. Memphis, this is your last shot to make a legit title run with whoever you want without having to worry about that luxury tax.
Yep.
Go all out. You finish second in the NBA regular season. Make a run. Ja's contract's not on the books. Jaren's contract is hitting the books next year. Brooks is still on the team this year. Adams is still on the team. Melton's still there.
For now.
Melton will hopefully be gone by October. But you have a chance to make a run. You know, we're paying Desmond Bain like $1.2 million a year right now. Because we have hit so well in these late round draft picks. And so first round draft picks are 4 years guaranteed. You have to pay them.
Yep.
Memphis, take a shot here. I'm saying, honestly, you want OKC trading? Honestly, if I'm them, make a run at Minot. Make a run at Duran. Make a run at Keegan Murray. Make a run at somebody or a veteran player that's going to help you, like a John Collins, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
Christian Wood was a good. I don't think Christian would have been a great fit because look at what they literally sold him for, nothing.
Right.
So I don't think he would be a great fit there. I mean, you know what I mean? He wouldn't take us to the next level. He would help, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. He wouldn't get us over the hump.
Here's the thing. You can never, we've been saying this all show, you can never have enough shooting. Make the run, Memphis. DB expiring contract, Adams expiring contract. You get them off the books this year, guess what? You have more money to make a run at Tyus. Granted, I think Tyus will be wearing green and white next year.
I think it's probably the best fit for him right now if he wants to start.
Because you would start Tyus, Smart, Tatum, Brown, and Williams, or Horford. That is a good lineup.
Nasty.
Because they were a point guard away from honestly, in my opinion, winning the title this year.
Yeah.
Make a run. Take a home run hit this year. You haven't screwed up on anything so far besides the Justice Winslow move. Make your run. Go all out. Before we end the show, we haven't even talked about this. LIV had their inaugural event 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they did.
We also have breaking news. Brooks Koepka this morning. Apparently, last night on Monday night he started taking PGA stuff off his Twitter account. People are like, what the crap's going on? They put 2 together, and this morning, breaking news: sat down at work at 7:03. Brooks Koepka has left the PGA and is going to LIV. Here's the thing, man. LIV, I watched it up the first tournament. It's pretty cool. Granted, it's only on YouTube TV right now, which I don't have that. I think you do, so you could watch it.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. It took 2 hours for them to have 54 people play a complete round of golf.
Wow.
They break you up into threes, and they start round robin. One group of 3 on T1, 2, 3. Everyone's playing at the same time. And on the last day of the tournament, they always try to break it up where your top people who are winning going into day 3, they're playing together, and they kind of start off on hole number 1 or 2. That hole 1, that way they can finish on 18.
Wow.
For the crowd. Yes. And here's the thing. Last place for that first tournament, that guy had a career earnings of $30,000 from the PGA Tour.
Yep.
For coming in last place in that first LIV tournament, he got $100,000. He played in 6 tournaments on the PGA Tour. Remember, PGA Tour, you have to pay for your entry fee and your travel and all the expenses. LIV, we'll pay for your food. We'll pay for your travel. And you don't got to pay an entry fee at our tournaments.
Yeah.
I forgot who won the first tournament. I can't think of it right now. Sorry. He got $4.2 million. Ended up getting more money. I think he ended up winning $4.6 million because he was on the winning team of the tournament. I'm telling you, folks, LIV is here to stay, and it's going to be very.
Schwartzel.
Yeah, Charles Schwartzel. There we go. Yes, won it was $4.1 million. Won an extra $500,000 just for being on the winning team.
Yeah.
Get the bag. And here's the thing: with these major open tournaments, you don't have to be in the PGA Tour to go there. Like John Daly's, you don't have to be in the PGA Tour. So literally, you can go over play in the LIV and just go play in the Opens, the U.S. Open, British Open, all that stuff, and still make a lot of money and try to win more tours and Open championships. I 100% support the Saudi Arabians for this. Let's go get the bag. Can't wait to see what else they do next.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna have a special guest on the show. I'm not going to say who. We're going to recap the NBA draft, what our thoughts were, maybe do some team grades, and then kind of go over after that. NBA free agency starts on the 30th. So 9 days away from it. Kind of get you primed up for it, what we think is going to happen.
May or may not, depending on how it goes, recap the College World Series.
Probably not, because Arkansas is probably going to get knocked out. Folks, as always, we're signing off. Be easy, be safe, stay cool. And remember, folks, ball don't lie.
Bye, everyone.